When we are talking about music, you cannot talk about this Kenyan music industry without mentioning this individual. Not only is he one of the most talented individuals that I have ever met, he can change his style from one to the other. He is also someone who has not only inspired a whole generation of rappers, but he has gone on to create opportunity for so many other talents in the game. And that is why he is referred to as the king. And after months of being silent and being quiet and releasing nothing but smash hits, he's decided to give us an exclusive here on The Trend. So hello to the one and only King Kaka. King, the king, and the king, the king, the king. Check. Nilikuwa nasema by the leo nitakurapia. Alafu
utarap gift sama.
Wow. I just I'm trying here. Unaweza nisaidia kwa hiyo label yako by the way? Nikakuonesha talent kidogo.
Labda label ya nguo.
Why, guy? With friends like you, who needs an enemy? So King Kaka does this. King Kaka, do you remember when you called me and you told me Amina najua unafikiria unaweza imba?
No, unajua kuimba by the way. Sijui mbona hutaki kuimba.
That's not what you said that time. That is not what you said when you're introducing Nana. That is Nana actually.
I was just joking. Now wewe mwenyewe unajua you can sing.
It's been 5 years.
Ile song yenyu na Octo ilikuwa kali.
Nyamaza. I feel like that was a diss. I just can't.
Ilikuwa nendaje?
Nyamaza. Niwache. I have repeated.
Hebu nikumbushe.
Niwache. It was one word, okay?
But this is our music.
Wow. This is my music. Oh, happy birthday. Let me put my voice to good use. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Methuselah. Happy birthday to you. How old are you turning?
Hello?
How old? Hello.
Manze wewe ndo sasa sikusikii.
Hiyo part tu peke yake ndio ina shida. How old are you turning?
Sasa niko 32. Nimekuwa mzee.
Oh, umekuwa mzee.
Mzee sana.
What have you learned?
I think nikiribrand najita mzee King Kaka, mzee Kaka.
Umekuwa mhenga Kaka.
Mhenga Kaka.
What do you think you've learned from last year, you know, same time, and now a year later? What are some of the biggest lessons life has accorded you?
I think every year I grow as a person, business-wise, musically, personality. So every year, I make sure in all different elements of my existence, I give it a stare up.
I like it.
Yes, so that's how I get. It's like resolutions, eh? But sasa resolutions zangu zinakuanga time ya birthday. Nasemanga I evaluate myself. Nasema okay, last year uli achieve nini na nini, and how did you achieve it? So this year, basically, I am my own competition in terms of achievements and what I learned. Mindo benchmark yani. Last year is my benchmark, and this year now I had to beat what I did last year.
I like that. I really do like that.
Yes.
I think that a lot of people should sort of like take those. They're called taking what? It's taking stock of what's happened in the past 12 months. And I also sort of do that also on my birthday, where you're like, okay, so ni nini ulisema uta change last year? Yenye bado huja change. Ni nini ulisema utafanya? What songs did you say you wanted to release? What albums did you say you wanted to release by now? You know, and even though a lot of those plans have been sort of like zimenda tu left kwa sababu ya corona, what have you been doing?
We had a lot of plans this year, even personally too, from family to work to business. But everything with a reason. Whatever we are dealing with now, which is corona, acha to kazane. Let's get out of it kwanza. Tuseme sasa, we get back on the horse. Unajua maisha ni muhimu. If you're not alive, then you cannot achieve.
That is very true. Some wise words there. You cannot achieve if you're not alive. So now that you're alive and you want to achieve, what are these goals you wanted to achieve for family? The family is supposed to grow.
No. Unajua nini wewe si uko married, and you know, as much as zingine most celebrities make it glamorous hapa nje, there's a lot that goes into running a family, and there are things you have to do just to keep the family. There was a time I was really hustling kabisa and sikuwa na time ya watoi, which is very sad. I was making all the money, but coming back home, nilikuwa natoka very early in the morning, watoi wamelala, and I'm coming back in the evening, watoi wamelala. I used to talk to my kids kwa simu.
Wanakuita uncle.
Imagine, yani, I used to talk to my kids via the phone. Ni kama siishi hapo. So one day my daughter asked me, Papa, when are you coming? When are you coming home? Yeah. Jizi akaniuliza, when are you coming home?
Stop it.
Imagine, manze.
No, come home every day.
Nakuanga every day. It's only that our timings.
So now
nika change even the way I work. Now I don't work on Mondays and Thursdays. So just adjusting my personal life and family life,
yeah, and that must be really, really tough. I mean, you know, if you are going to stay relevant in the entertainment industry, you have to constantly release music. For that, you have to always be in the studio. You have to always take time to write. And, you know, they need to go to good schools. You want them to have a better life. Danila yako ya Isli.
Islando. like my daughters don't even know Swahili. Tunangangana kwa nyumba. If I say a Swahili word, they laugh. Yani, that's the life I'm living.
So let me ask you, because you're from East Lands like me, right? So do you feel like it's some sort of like sellout? Like, how is it that whoa, unaweza kumetoka Islando na mtoi wako manze hizi bonga Kiswahili? Unajonekana kama umetoka hauna gangster points hapo.
I think saa zingine wanasemanga our kids live the life we wanted.
Yeah.
So tunawa raise with the life that we wanted. Me nilikuwa nenda, there's a time I went to Westie and I saw this family na walikuwa wanaongea English when I was a kid, but I was like, kwani hawase wamekuwa kiishi majuu? And I admired your life tu ya wase mababi, yani unaelewa? Now that I'm in my own house, nini na wateo wanaenda ma group of schools. Inanibamba, man. Unanipata? My kids are failing. Kiswahili, they are failing. They are terrible students.
And you feel nice about it. You're like, yes.
Sana.
Yes. But let me ask you, other times, because this happens to me a lot. Other times, King Kaka, you're in a forum, you're at an event, and then at some point it just occurs to you like, mi nafanya nini hapa? I was say like, how did I get here?
Yeah. So many times, man. I remember last year I was at the unveil for Remy Martin in France. Yeah. And I was literally the only black guy, the only African there. Na tulikuwa across the table. Kulikuwa na anaitwaje Jermaine Dupri na DJ Envy. Basically na mbebu Jermaine ebu pitisha chumvi.
The black pepper, please.
Lakini I'm with the executives huko na nani. I'm in my 3-piece with my bow tie. I'm like, hey, Annie, this is the life. And so what am I even doing here? How did I end up here?
How did I end up here, man? You know, you ask yourself those questions and you find yourself being so grateful because, you know, given the humility that you have as an artist, you've embodied this from the very beginning. And it's almost like a shock factor every time. With every achievement, every milestone, you're just like, bro, minule msewa isli. Minu boy, wa garage.
Basically, I'm living a dream. Do
you feel like when you changed, you know, your dressing and your approach and how you sort of like talk to corporates, did that elevate your brand in a way?
It definitely did. Sikuwa unasikia vile nimesema definitely did.
Definitely. Absolutely. No question. No doubt.
Sikuwa naongeanga hivyo, man.
Ukisema zi.
Kaka Sungucha kwa naongea hivyo. Sungucha alikuwa anasema, oya Buda, ni jea, manze situmaliza ile deal. So now, King Kaka nayo hapo, definitely did.
Let's talk more on email, sir. I will respond.
Yeah, please send an email. Then my team will revert.
So team ni wewe.
Yeah, my team will revert by close of business. Yeah, nice. My friend. Nikunoma.
Unawashtua, lazima washtue. And you know, I've always told you this, but I felt like, you know, the Swahili Shakespeare, that was the artist that we were introduced to, you know, back then. I've always felt like he was a lot better than King Kaka because it was just a different authenticity that he brought on.
Kuna hiyo debate, but even there's a movie called Notorious. If you watch the movie called Notorious, there's a time Diddy anaenda kwa Notorious anamwambia Biggie, sasa it's time for you to do another album. Alafu unajua Biggie anamwambiaje? So Diddy anamuuliza, what will you rap about? And you know what Biggie says?
What?
Biggie anasema, now I'm living in a mansion and nakula different meals and my bank account has a lot of money. So expect me to talk about my big mansion, a lot of money, and crazy flights. So album yake ya kwanza alikuwa na rap vile alikuwa na slang drugs kwa streets, and that's what people fell in love with. Now hii album yenye Biggie alitoa kinajua mansions na nino, sasa maze Biggie umewater down content. Sema, but that's the life I'm living now. Hata mimi saizi ile life naishi saizi. Saizi anza kuongea vile niko lolo na buy mandazi hapo chini ya duka ya Mother Sharon. I'll be lying to myself. Cause if someone is following if someone is following my life,
yeah,
and I need kukua inspired na motivated.
Nice.
But I'm rapping about the same things that Islando 10 years down the line. Then it means me as an artist and support and I'm not growing. Umelewa? We have to show people
to evolve,
that there was King Kaka, the evolution has happened. There was Kaka Sungura, the evolution has happened. Now King Kaka is in some boardrooms making deals and angea millions and is running a franchise and an enterprise. Na analea watu musically and business wise. Umelewa? The conversation needs to change. Jay-Z alisema, if you feel it may change, then you're the problem.
You know, that's so funny. I was actually going to bring up Jay-Z because Jay-Z was the subject of being a sellout for a long time, and guys kept asking, man, say we want the old Jay-Z back. We want the old Jay-Z to come back. And he constantly kept saying, listen, if you want the old Jay-Z, go listen to those albums. Because
Zico.
I don't want this had to remain the same.
Yes. Well, that's what people need to understand. Kwa sababu even the content that I'm talking right now, hiyo kitambo nilikuwa nasema manze nimeamka naenda kubuy mandanyo na hakuna maji kwa tap, right? Na sasa nasema yo, that's dope. Sasa nasema vile niko business class, sawa? Na nimeland France na niko na private chopper na ningoja. The conversation needs to change.
I think maybe it's because we can't relate to those private chopper stories. We're like, bro, so
but mandanyo was not relate.
Private jet tena. Ati ndo upate hiyo fare kwenda tao. Unajua unadondoka tu kipanda ukienda tao.
But those who are very clever could get into my content, they know that this is an inspiration. It's just you who pick out what I'm saying. Just pick out. I'm the same guy, but I've been inspired by my past. Sijasema ati nimeacha past yangu. Mimi nakuanga ghetto every 3 days niko Islando.
Thank God umeisema. Sikuwa nataka kuisema because you're ghetto, bro. I didn't know how to say it. No, I'm kidding. It's your beard.
Me every 3 days niko Islando and I'm chilling out with my boys. Nini. Tunawaambia ni aje wase. Hatuwezi kuwa na conversation ya kuchana daily. Tuanzishe sako ya mtaani, tufanye nini? I have a tournament Islando ya ball ya kuambia watu wasi into crime, where it's a sports academy na naita wase wa Harambee Stars na wapi wanakuja kuongelesha. So many programs just to try and change the few mindsets Ololo and Islando.
Yeah, ni kabisa. And you know, when I was younger, I felt like there was no one to tell you, Manze, just because you're from Eastlands, it does not mean anything. You know, before Peter went on stage and said, my dreams are valid, there was no one echoing those sentiments. So you sort of felt like, Manze, sa minta waifikaji uko. Kwanza venye naongea. You know, when I got into the game, they tell you, right, King Kaka, they tell you, you don't sound TV like, or
authentic,
you don't sound authentic.
You're not one of us.
You don't sound like I like you. You don't sound like one of us. And you know,
Yes.
from back then till today, King Kaka has proved that he is one of the baddest to ever do it. Like I said before, a lot of people felt like Manze, we miss Manze Kaka Sungura kuje back. And it's so nice that you cleared up why you had to sort of like switch your performance. It wasn't really you changing your style of music per se. It was you evolving and hoping your fan base watagrow na wewe, si ndio?
True. Unajua in life, my mom used to tell me, make sure in everything that you're doing, make sure you're a different person. You're the following day. Usikuwe the same person. And the different person ni kama una grow. Only one direction, growth. And me, according to me, and the achievements that I've made personally, business-wise, and musically, me and me grow.
Manzo umegrow sana King Kaka.
Umegrow.
Ukitoka kuongelelea venye uko kwa jamu na kam, alafu
Manze.
sahi unaita wasee wajinga nyinyi. Alafu not only do you call out the citizens, your fellow citizens, you're like, bra, mmetufail nyinyi pia kwa kuvote 1, 2, 3 times kwa msee mwenye to believe in their manifestos, ama they constantly come and lie to us. You also went ahead in one of the biggest songs of your career, right? A song that shook up the internet, that caused conversations not only in classes and on WhatsApp groups, but in boardrooms and some parliamentarians also having things to say about it. You were very bold. That's growth.
Ilikuwa ni noma. I've never experienced such a thing in my whole life. Yani nilitoa wajinga nyinyi. The conversations, the threats, the attention. Ilifika mahali Amina, mpaka si kuli kwa restaurants.
What do you mean?
Because I was getting threats.
So you're not
left, right, and center.
So you're not sure who to trust.
Yeah. Unless nimepikiwa home.
Yeah.
Sikukula anywhere. My mom's place or kwangu.
Or home, kwa nana. I mean, you know, when you're in the booth and you're writing a song like this, you should have expected that kind of reaction. I mean, ilikuwa too much.
No. When I wrote the song, I think nilikuwa nimejam. I think what did I see? Kuna news nilikuwa nimeona about some MPs wameibado fulani. So nikasema tu, let me try and remember all the scandals, leni nini. But then I realized, even when nilikuwa na title hiyo song, nikiandika hiyo song haikuwa na title. So my producer, ambaye ni Provoke, said, Buddha, hii umeongea vile sisi ni wajinga, man. Tuite tu kitu wajinga. Wajinga nyinyi, because at the end of the day, ni sisi ndo wajinga. We're the same people who condemn our leaders, but we're the same people who wake up at 4, 5 a.m. kwenda kuwapigia kura. Umeelewa?
Yeah.
So we are the people. We are the leaders, but hatujui how powerful we are.
We're the ones with the numbers.
Yeah, when I did the piece, sijaipata attention kayo. I bodyguards, nini, personal security. It was tough for 4 months, 4 months of my life. Acha tu niseme hivyo.
And at some point, I mean, now bringing that danger to your family, your very young family.
Yes.
Did you at any one point regret?
There are moments where since I'm regret, I don't regret.
Yeah.
I don't usually regret.
Yeah.
I learn.
Yeah.
So I got so many lessons from just doing wajinga nyinyi to just politicians calling me. Mi nimepigiwa mpaka na the people who run this country, basically.
Wale wase wenye sonko anasanga Mount Kenya.
Nimepigiwa simu na everyone, nimeongea na government spokesperson, unye, unani, na everyone.
Unye alikukol?
Kalonzo, everyone.
Ngoja. We have to talk about this. You can't just say at you Hunye and you pass him by like he's just some guy from the hood. We have to talk about this. So you had a conversation with the president when this song came out, when it was big at the time. Everyone is talking about the song. How did that conversation go? What are some of the questions that you asked him?
No, it was a brief one, but what the government assured is that hakuna noma, that tunafaa exercise our right ya kuongea, which I did.
Yeah.
And that time nilikuwa na gig Mombasa, so the president's office ikaniambia niaje, kuna tunapangwa, and they don't want me to be part of it. Yeah, so I think that's why walini contact tukaongea nini.
Wow.
But it was all peace. Mimi sikukuwa tunatoa wajinga nyinyi ndo wasewa fight. I was just telling people in the awakening waseni aje. There's so much power that we have that we don't even know.
Yeah, that is true. And you know,
kwa sababu our country is going through so much. Saizi unacheki vile with corona, we are the government is doing its best, lakini na feel tunaweza handle even better. Kungekuwa na campaign saizi, kila mwananchi angekuwa na t-shirt for free. Manze, masks ziko wapi? For free.
Yeah, without having the pictures of the politician on the sanitizer or whatever it is that you're giving, using public funds, by the way. You're using our money to give us this thing that you should give us, and then you're also putting your picture to be like, do you feel like the song, because you know, it helped a lot of young people start talking about politics, which is something that was not of interest to them for quite some time, and all of a sudden now guys were like, because you go have conversation by yourself, and then you were just thinking out loud, and you decided to record yourself. Because you're part of the problem. Having been someone who's, you know, from a very humble background, this is a very personal story for you. And now I hear that there might be talk of Kamukunji, nasikia kuna politics tunaingia pale 2022. Umeona story? Is there any truth to that?
Kitu Amina, Every party has called me. Wananiambia ukiamua kusimama, we're ready usimame bana, kijana simama. Lakini me no, not now. Yeah, not now.
Yeah, not now. Maybe in future. So it sounds like you're not saying no, you're just saying not now.
Maybe in future, like in society. But for now, I'm already doing I'm playing my part. Niko na tournaments that I'm running. I'm providing sanitary towels to girls across the country. And we're already at 22,000 girls.
Oh my gosh.
Umelewa wenye wako na sanitary towels.
People can still donate. Please quick plug in information.
People can still donate at bankonme.co.ke. Right now that schools are closed, tuna distribute kwa slums, nini. We've been to Madare, Majengo, Kibera, Kariobangi this coming week. Si lazima tuweke mapicha online. Sisi kama tima politician. No, ni ukweli.
But you're just doing it.
But kuna madem wako ghetto, they know that King Kaka alikuwa hapa akawapea sanitary towels, and we're not doing it only once.
Yeah.
So I'm urging also all the leaders ambayo tunaona distribute foods, wana distribute unga moja na nini. Keep in mind that will drive that family for a week.
And while
they're taking photos to post tampo, what are you doing for them the following week, and the week after, and the week after?
Yeah.
It's not bad. Let's do it. Let's do it. It's not bad. But can we do a follow-up as well?
That is true.
Yeah.
And you know, some of these questions start coming to mind when you have a family, when you start growing up, and you start paying taxes, and you're like, wait, hii tax yangu inaenda wapi? Ndio unajiuliza hizo maswali. So I'm really thankful. First of all, thank you so much, King Kaka, for giving us this exclusive. He's been mum, he's been quiet, and has not done an interview.
Manze, this is my first interview.
Manze, so I'm really grateful by that. I'm so thankful. And you also did not just come on the show just like that. You've also come on the show because, you know, the song that you just released with an actor, a singer, a performer. Beto Pascal ufanyanga kila kitu. In fact, as I was researching, he does everything. So you did this jam with the one and only Mr. Yellow Pascal Takode. Hey, Pascal.
Hi, Amina.
How are you?
I'm sexy.
Okay, great. Let's just, you know, get it in there. You want to say hi to the ladies? You want to just get started with that? Get it out of the way. No? You don't want to? I do.
Anawashwa kuimba.
Ebu imba najua unataka. Pascal, sing for King Kaka. It was his birthday, by the way.
Nilimwimbia.
Mwimbie sa leo on air because you didn't sing it first on the trend.
Akaniambia niko na sauti mbaya.
But then anakuanga nayo tabia siwe peke yako. He's famed for destroying.
Unajua lazima upush msee to the edge. Unaelewa? Tukimsifu sahi atabaki. Hiyo ndio itakuwa limit yake.
That's true. I like that by the two. To check your ego kwa sababu sasa inaonekana inalipuka sana.
Hata King arapingi poa.
Nilijua inakuja hiyo.
Sitaambia mtu, sitaambia hata King Kaka. Hey. Alright, so now listen. You guys have one of the biggest songs right now. A lot of people are reflecting on this song. This is an extremely personal song for me. So I don't want to get into it kwa sababu inaweza kuwa very long show. Nizaanza tu kuwait.
No, Amina.
Yeah.
Amina, nifanyie favor.
Nifanyie favor gani?
I would want you to tell the viewers why this is also a personal song for you. Tafadhali. Si mimi nimekam exclusively kwa your show. Please, Amina.
Tafadhali, Amina.
I mean, so this is a very personal song for me because I lost my dad earlier this year.
Sorry.
The toughest thing I've ever had to go through. My dad, we're so close. And my dad was, a big fan of everything I did. And he was a motivator behind me getting, into this field. And so when he was very sick for a long time, it's so expensive, the healthcare in this country. Anyway, it's a long story. But eventually when he passed away, I remember feeling very unmotivated and wondering why I'm still doing this. And, so when I felt like I had moved past it and then I watched the song and then it just brought back, these emotions. And I saw you posting about Kone and, seeing so many people posting that they lost someone, just made me feel like I wasn't alone. And I feel very emotional right now. And so it was a very personal song for me. So thank you so much.
Well, Amina.
Mm-hmm.
Amina.
Mm-hmm.
we wrote this song to heal. So I hope it will help you as well.
It was very helpful. It was, how did the song come about? Who reached out to who and why the need to put out a song like this when people do feel very, sort of like lost? A lot of people shared their stories, but why a song like that?
King, utajibu ama nijibu?
Unaonaje?
Either one of you can answer. Tokodi?
I think when we did
King alitoa ngoma
Instagram live
akaniambia
after
Selena
mumu itakodi
lazima tufanye album.
Okay.
Nana.
Well, all right. So, take 1, 2, 3, Tokodi, go. Action.
Tokodi, go.
Well, King aliniita. He called me out on a song. Akaniambia after Selena we need to do an album. So we met up. He's the one who initiated all this. The first song was a vibe. Tuliingia studio, then we had to do a song that can tutoe kwanza all our burdens, everything that's on our back. So Fly ndo ika come up. Yeye ndo alikame up idea na Fly. But then we made a song to help us heal. Me personally nilikuwa na heal from a lot of things. I'm sure one of the biggest things I'm healing from is a brother of mine called Kone. So for me this song is a path. Is a path to is a way for me to grieve. Na I hope itasaidia watu wengi sana.
Yeah. Man, I can't tell you how tough it is, talking about a song that's so personal and so real. So you shared, why this song was very relatable to you. King Kaka, what were you healing from?
Nakumbuka tukiongea juu ya this song. Unajua, me had a bad past with my dad. So when my dad passed, alikuwa amenitanga hosi. And I saw the separation between my dad and my mom. So for the longest time, sikuanga nime let go, and that thing has haunted me for years. It reached a point I went to talk to my mom about it, tukaomba nini, but bado wanga tuna ni haunt the fact that I didn't say goodbye to my dad, yani. So that is one main issue. But also in between nimeluzwa sewengi sana. My producer, the guy who produced Bangaiza, Kazamoyo, a guy called Sniper died. Raz recently passed. Raz was on Ligiso Remix. She was a family friend kabisa. Alikuwa anakuja kucheza na watoi wangu hapa at home nini. So there was a number of people that nimepoteza tu along the way, and I said, man, I feel like I just need to talk about this thing. So uzuri, we were on the same page with Tokodi, and what we've realized ni kwamba so many people are jahil. When we released the song, we just go through the comments.
I have
on
I
YouTube.
Was very,
Yani
very
guys,
surprised.
everyone is crying.
Yeah, and they're really sharing. You know, like people are being so open, sharing such personal details.
Very
it's almost
personal.
like yani ni kama
I'm
hawako
shocked.
online. Wanazungumza kutoka kwa moyo, and that's something we don't see a lot. And you know, music is supposed to evoke emotion, but we never get that kind of emotion.
Yes.
You know, that kind of response. And the two of you team up a lot to do this kind of reflective music where you sort of like have that introspective moment by yourself. And I know that you're working on a project. I don't know if you've shared the project with the world yet, but can either one of you tell me about the project? Maybe Tokodi, you can go on what it is that you're working with King.
The project is, I won't say much about it, but Fly is definitely in the project. That's the first song from the project. It's about time. Personally, they released music for such a long time. I've been called out on more than one occasions. So this is a way for me to slowly come back into music. And King has been very helpful. He's been very supportive as well. And at time, recording sessions is quite tricky, but we found a way through it, and I can't wait for the whole world to hear what we have to offer. It's a beautiful album. It's an album that touches a lot of things, and it's not just one genre. It must pan out.
Okay, so it's not like all of them are just deep jams. Deep song 1, deep song 2, deep song. Yani you're like, you got up on a tissue. You're just like, let's go. Let's listen to this album.
No. No,
actually,
it's diverse. It's very diverse.
Our follow-up release is on June 5th. Yes.
All right, so that's now when you're releasing the project. So do you have a name for it? Because people have been asking what you're going to call this album. Is it an album? Should they name it for you? Hautaki watu wasuggest. Mjamaliza kurekod. Kwa sababu ya schedule ya Pascal, hata na corona bado hapatikani, si ndio?
Bado hapatikani.
Hapatikani, anajifanya busy.
Nilikuwa nataka kuita Tokodi. Lakini bado iko hivi.
This guy.
Yani,
tumfanya nini? Niambie tu Rabbit, because at this point
to log out.
Can I ask, does anyone else call you Rabbit, by the way? Does anyone call?
Yeah. Wase wengi. Wase wangu wa childhood. Unajua that's my childhood name, Sunguch.
Amanana.
Ati Amana.
Wait, Tokodi.
Anyway, so listen, we have to say goodbye to King Kaka.
Amina share.
Ni hivyo tunasema bye. Ai?
Si ndo muendelee. Nana anazusha hapa anasema kuna njeve.
So sasa?
Rabbit.
Si mi ndo utoa hits.
Oh my God. I feel like that's TMI. I feel like that's TMI. I think we should sing a song about that. Tokodi, right? It should be called Baby Can I Work? Perhaps. I don't know. Anyway, but King Kaka, man, thank you so much. Thank you so much. So what's your final word? I mean, to, you know, the viewers who are waiting to watch you after months of being quiet, not talking about Wajinga Nyinyi, you know, just reserving your comment about everything that's been going on. What do you tell them?
3 things. One, why I did Wajinga Nyinyi is because it's just the love for the country. Hakuna hate. It was all guided by love. And the most that we can get out of just our beautiful land, which is Kenya. 2, Corona is real. Please, let's keep safe, tuoshe mkono, nini, sanitize, social distancing. Hii mambo ya watu wanajifanya kichwa ngumu tuache. Let's respect government directives. 3, hii album ya yetu na Dogori ni moto.
Moto!
Yeah. Huh?
It is fire.
Yani hata sijui niseme nini. So acha mimi niishie nika drop hits. Good night. Asante Amina. And to everyone who supported Fly, and then YouTube share, msiogope ku grief. It's very healthy. It has helped me. And you can leave your story there. Create an anonymous account. Your story might inspire someone.
All right. Thank you so much, King.
Good
I
night.
really appreciate it. Good night. Good night. Thank you so much. So why are you saying good night to Cody? See, we're still left with you. You're still staying on for the interview for the next few minutes.
Namwambia.
Yeah. Okay. You better be saying goodbye to King Kaka.
I'm with you the whole night, Amina.
Thank you, John.